High above the hills, where the morning sun touched the edge of the horizon, there lived a little bird named Aria. She was born with bright golden feathers and a soft, melodious voice. When she sang, the valleys echoed with life, and the wind seemed to pause just to listen. But Aria carried something within her heart that weighed more than her wings could bear: pain. Aria had once belonged to a flock that soared across the endless skies. They were her family, her world. But one stormy night, while flying through a violent wind, she was separated from them. Lightning cracked, thunder roared, and in the chaos, she lost sight of her flock. By dawn, she was alone. Since that day, Aria stopped singing. She spent her time hiding in a quiet branch of an oak tree, watching the skies she once loved. Every time other birds passed joyfully above, her heart ached. Why should I sing when I'm broken? Why should I fly when life tore my family away? She whispered to herself. She convinced herself that staying still was safer than facing the skies again. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. The golden feathers that once shimmered with light grew dull. Her wings grew weaker from lack of use. Aria was alive, but not truly living. She was surviving, but surviving in silence and sorrow. One day, as she perched quietly, a gentle old turtle named Kyle slowly made his way beneath the oak tree. He noticed her stillness and her dimmed glow. Looking up, he said, "Little one, why don't you sing anymore? The forest feels quieter without you." Aria sighed. "What's the point of singing? My family is gone. I am broken. The sky only reminds me of my loss." Kyle looked at her with kind, patient eyes. "Ah, but do you know what the sky teaches us?" Aria tilted her head, curious yet doubtful. "The sky," Kyle continued, "is vast and endless. Storms pass, but the sky remains. Your pain is like a storm. It came, it hurt, and it left scars. But the sky within you, the freedom of your spirit, is still there. You don't stop being a bird just because you were hurt. You are still meant to fly." His words stirred something within her heart. Yet fear clung tightly. "But what if I fall again? What if I lose more than I already have?" Kale smiled gently. "Then you rise again. Falling is not the end. It is part of living. To stop flying because of fear is to stop living altogether. You cannot stop the storms, little one, but you can choose not to live inside them forever." That night, Aria lay awake, thinking of Kale's words. She looked up at the stars and remembered how she once loved the wind brushing through her wings, how her song once made the valley bloom with joy. Tears filled her eyes. "Have I really buried myself in my own pain?" she wondered. At dawn, as the sun painted the horizon with gold, Aria made a choice. She stretched her wings, trembling with weakness, but determined. The first flap was heavy, the second uncertain, but with the third, she felt something she had not felt in a long time: freedom. The wind rushed against her feathers. The forest below grew smaller as she rose. Her heart, once shackled by sorrow, began to lift with her wings. And then, hesitant at first, she sang. Her voice was shaky, but the valley caught it, carried it, and answered back. With every note, her pain dissolved, replaced with light. She sang not because her pain was gone, but because she chose life despite the pain. From that day on, Aria flew again. She didn't forget her loss, but she stopped letting it define her. Instead of living in hurt, she chose to live in hope. She realized that life will always bring storms, but the sky is still waiting to be explored. And every time she sang, other birds, many who had once hidden their own scars, joined her. They found courage in her song. Aria's life became more than survival. It became a story of healing, a song of strength, that reminded everyone who listened. We all face storms. We all carry wounds. But healing begins when we stop holding on to the hurt and start embracing the gift of life. Life will always bring pain, loss, and storms. But pain is not meant to cage us forever. The courage to live again, to sing, to fly, to dream, comes from within. When we stop clinging to hurt and start embracing hope, we discover that our scars are not signs of weakness, but proof of survival. Like Aria the bird, we can transform pain into purpose and sorrow into song. Pain is temporary, but giving up can make it permanent. Healing begins with a choice to rise, to sing, to live again. Your scars are not your chains. They are your strength. The storms don't define you. How you rise after them does.